Chapter 177. Kisahel's forceful words to Lamech. Lamech and his bodyguard, led by the three messengers, proceed to the place of execution. And Lamech said to Kisahel, "Why do you tell me to follow forthwith, including my bailiffs and servants? Did I not stipulate a 3 days' time for reflection? Where is it? Why do you refuse to grant it? Answer me." Kisahel replied, "Because it is God's will. We do nothing of our own will, but what we do out of the will of God, whose name you have desecrated and dishonored in the most abominable manner. This is why you cannot possibly be given any time for reflection. For God had already given you a long time for reflection and conversion. You, however, used it for the greatest deeds of iniquity. So you shall have no more time for reflection in which to plot even more abominations than hitherto. So make the effort to follow us at once, and no longer try God's forbearance through your obduracy, as you have always been doing. Or we might feel compelled to commit acts of violence against you. What have you ever achieved against Jehovah with your obduracy? How long ago since Medjehed with many thousands left you, and the pursuing Tartahar with his whole army was destroyed? How long ago is it that even the courageous Sihin forsook you for good, with his small, but exceedingly valiant and clever band of followers? How long ago is it since you lost your womenfolk? What did you achieve against Horeb, whom you falsely gave your daughter? A few days ago you wanted to set the whole earth on fire. Ask yourself how you succeeded in this. What happened to Horeb, whom you dispatched with many weapons for the destruction of God's children? What have you thereby gained? What have all your cruelties benefited you? Did you thereby become richer and mightier? Think of all you have undertaken against God, and of the fruits thereby accruing for you. I tell you, none other than those through which you kept falling deeper and deeper into the harshest slavery to Satan, from which you will find it infinitely difficult to rise. You let yourself be beguiled into believing that you are God the Almighty. Oh, you fool! Why did you never try to create a man, or at least revive those whom you had killed, thereby convincing yourself of how matters stand concerning your divinity? So do not refuse now to follow us, for we are Jehovah's last ray of grace to you. If you are willing to receive it, you can escape God's judgment. Otherwise, this last ray of grace will turn into your most inexorable judge towards eternal death. So follow us." And Lamech, almost smitten with rage, asked, "And what am I supposed to do out there at the puddles?" And Kisahel said, "You shall recognize God's might, and also recognize and see that God is not given to playing jokes on beings of your kind. For God is an earnest God, not a God who regards mankind as a plaything of his might." These words, very emphatically spoken, finally induced Lamech to leave, and he followed the three with the armed bailiffs. When the people in the lanes saw the three walk ahead of Lamech, they thought Lamech had conquered them and was now leading them out to be executed. Therefore they cried, "Woe betide us! Woe betide us! For Lamech has prevailed over the mighty of the mountains. Today they are falling, and tomorrow his axe will slay us." But Kisahel said in a loud voice to those lamenting, "Follow us and watch what will happen. Only then lament over us, and then over yourselves. Whoever brought us down would have brought down also God. Yet if God were apprehended, we would no longer have any ground under our feet. For the earth, like heaven, is God's. But the earth still exists, and thus also God. And we exist out of him. So follow us, all of you, so that you may realize the great foolishness of your empty fear." And a great crowd followed them out to the puddles.